The interRAI Child and Youth Suite of Instruments provide an assessment system for children and youth with mental health and developmental issues. Essentially, these instruments provide a comprehensive assessment system for children and youth who have experienced a wide variety of difficulties, including trauma and its related consequences such as sleep difficulties, interpersonal problems, attachment issues. A collaborative action plan is initiated to assist assessors and clinicians with evidence-based interventions and practices to enhance care planning initiatives, to enhance the possibility of optimal outcomes. We're trying to improve outcomes for traumatized children and youth and children who are presenting with mental health problems. This initiative began in January of 2018, and there are over 60 mental health agencies that are now utilizing the assessment system to enhance comprehensive identification, prioritization, triaging, and enhanced outcomes for children and youth. As part of this process, we'll also be supporting the initiative across Canada to enhance outcomes so that we can compare and contrast not only provincially, but also enhance and champion best practice across Canada.
So when we think about the needs of children who experience trauma, the first thing to acknowledge is that there is no single way in which all children will respond similarly to different forms of trauma. Many aspects of what the trauma represents will determine how children do react. For example, we know that through developmental traumatology theory, children at different ages will respond and experience their trauma or their abuse differentially based upon, again, the developmental period during which they are. 5-year-olds respond differently than 10-year-olds, 10-year-olds different than 15-year-olds. We know that the nature, the intensity, the frequency, and who the perpetrator is all plays a part in knowing how children will respond to trauma.
So the interRAI suite of instruments allows the opportunity for a health information system to be following children and youth from infancy into adulthood. As part of that process, we will be able to provide information on a comprehensive assessment system integrating trauma-informed care across the lifespan.
So when we think about a trauma-informed analysis, we would need to take into account all of the factors that we know help us understand the differential needs of children. The second thing when we talk about trauma-informed care is being able to target specifically issues related to trauma. When we talk about trauma-informed care, we talk about needing to understand not only the nuance and individual difference, but also the complexity of how all these factors come together. So when we look at what a trauma-informed care directed service looks like, it's going to reflect the multitude of factors. It's going to take into consideration the development at which the child is experiencing or disclosing their trauma, the age at which they present to a children's service agency, so that, for instance, we know that children who are abused oftentimes take a long time before they're ever disclosing of their abuse.
So the value of integrating trauma-informed care into this tool is that it helps shift practitioners' attention away from asking, what's wrong, to what's happened to children and youth. It also increases the level of knowledge and awareness of the impact of trauma, and increases the level of understanding of trauma-informed care and its relevance to clinical practice.
Our trauma-informed care project allows the opportunity for a variety of agencies and organizations to participate in not only training, but on outcome and evaluation to identify those children and youth who require the most in more intensive care as a result of trauma, and look at outcomes in terms of best practice. As part of that, it also integrates the best practice of trauma-informed care into our collaborative action plans. These are 30 different collaborative action plans related to presenting problems related not only to trauma but also mental health issues that can be addressed through evidence-informed care.
So those who complete the tool include staff from various agencies, including but not limited to hospitals, residential mental health care facilities, and schools. There's also a wide range of professionals that administer the tool, and this can also include physicians, nurses, psychologists, and child and youth workers.
Together, we're collaboratively integrating the information, sharing common language, and a common assessment system to ensure our children and youth are receiving the best care that we can actually provide.